Hey y'all. Hi everybody. Come on in, say hello. Come on in, say hello, say hello. Come on in, say hello. Come on in, say hello. Happy Thursday. Let me fix this a little bit. See, okay. All right, there we go. Much better. Hi everyone. Good evening. I tell you guys, to be able to see, nothing compares to having your eyes where you can see. Hi everybody. Hello. Hi. I think that's Miss Afolabi. Is that you? I don't want to see your username, but I think that's you. Um, Hi everyone. Good evening. Come on in. Come on in. Say hello when you come in. Let's talk immigration. I knew it. Okay. Hi everyone. Happy Thursday. People always say that. How do I keep going? I don't know. The truth of the matter is, I don't even drink coffee because I think if I drink coffee, I will be bouncing off the wall. But anyway, just literally just getting in. Well, from work to get my 11-year-old who plays soccer. Well, what we call football. So just coming in and then mommy stuff, and then I said, you know what? Before I wrap it up for the day, let me hello Maria Anuba. How are you doing? Let's come in. So this evening is all about you guys. All about you guys. Because we are going to do immigration question and answer. So Q&A session. That's what we're doing this evening, this night for let's see how long I can stay. Half an hour. So if you have questions, get them in right now. Got to get up in the morning because I have a remote asylum interview. And then in the afternoon, I have another remote USCIS interview with a client based in Chicago. So I'm gonna get a bit early. But anyway, this is Attorney Abisola Olale. Abisola Adebola Olale. People are asking what's the middle initial A in my name. That's it's well, I have my name is AAAS. Abisola Adebola for like it. And I don't know if my mom is here, but somehow I have all these wealth names, but still I gotta get up each morning to go work. Well, let you my someone you need Abisola Adebola because Abisola means a child born in wealth. But then there's no wealth you left here. Right, mama? Just saying. When you name a child, be sure that the meaning makes sense. I'm just saying. But anyway, this is Attorney Abisola Adebola Olalaye, Immigration Samuel, immigration lawyer based in Alabama, represent immigration clients in all 50 states. Got an immigration case, evolve from Miranda's that case staff. We can and do represent immigration clients. It doesn't matter what state you live in. Immigration is federal practice, so any attorney who practices immigration law in any state is able to represent you in your immigration cases. So let's get right to it, people. If you need to contact our office, number is 334-341-4475. You can visit our website. Let's see. Let me put it on. Well, it's on Facebook and YouTube because I'm on all three platforms right now. But for those on Instagram, it's Olale lawfirm.com, OLALEYE lawfirm.com. Send an email to aos@olalawfirm.com, text or email contact at olalawfirm.com. If you have not if you're not following us on TikTok, you've got to do so. I have fun on TikTok because I can just do crazy stuff. Like, did I tell you guys like my oldest kid is 17? Yeah, I have a kid who's going to be he's finishing his junior year and he's going off to college, like he's going into senior year come fall. And I was telling the just like I remember when he was born, and it was him and his mama for because it's almost 6 years between my kids. It was just he and I for a long time. And now he's going to college. And so the other day I was having a talk with him, and he goes, "Okay, so since you already said that you and dad have to tell me what to study. So what am I studying? I'm a Nigerian woman. So it's got options, but the options are very limited. Listen, that's just the Nigerian way, so we'll see. But anyway, let's get right to it, people. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, share and like a Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel. All that is very much appreciated. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go on Facebook and YouTube first because y'all on Instagram have a lot of questions all the time. If you see me taking breath and breathing or, taking deep breath, it's because I just finished having kilishi, that hot dried meat from Nigeria, and you put pepper and OBM Foods and Luxury. I put a post on my Instagram page and Facebook. I'm still eating it. And Chrissy's always like, why do you do this to yourself? Why does anyone want to eat hot pepper? I don't know. I just love it. But anyway, so let's get right to it. This evening, if you're just joining us, we're doing question and answer, all things immigration. Well, maybe not all things, because I don't do all things, but immigration questions. Let's get right to it. I'm going to start on Facebook and YouTube. I'm going to put your question on the screen. Hello, 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. Hello, the Stars family. # Princess 𝒦𝒐𝐸𝐫𝐸𝐫. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, Dosmu. Crystal White. Good evening. Good evening, Mr. Bidet. How are you? Mark Joan. Spendy. Oh, good evening, Miss Spendy. I haven't heard from you in a while. What's going on? Send me an email. Let me know what the update is. Hello, Sunshine. Okay, let's get to it. So, Mark John. I'm just going to read it for everybody to hear, and I'll get back to Instagram. Good evening, I received a prima facie determination from USCIS. How long will it take for me to get my green card? Determination does not have any PFD. Prima facie determination has nothing to do with how long it's going to take for you to get your green card. What will determine how long it will take for you to get your green card depends on how long it will take them to process your VAWA petition. VAWA petitions are being processed anywhere from 18 months to 3 years. After that has been approved is when the Vermont Service Center forwards your file to your field office, and the field office will determine whether or not to schedule you for an interview. If they decide to schedule for an interview, they decide how long that's going to take. That's how that works. Okay, Mark John. Okay. # on YouTube. What's faster, approval on the VAWA on your office, if you can remember? What's faster, approval? If I understand your question correctly, #, are you asking what has been the fastest approval time, fastest approval VAWA case I've had in my office? I'm assuming that's your question. And if that's your question, I think the fastest I've had will be 19 months. Don't quote me on that, because the client had a pending I-130 that they transferred. And if you guys don't know, you can't ask USCIS to transfer the priority date on your I-130 to your VAWA petition, and that bumps you up. So it will be as if you had filed the VAWA petition on the day that I-130 was filed. And so in his case, I think he had about 18 months already before we converted to VAWA. And so the priority date on the approval notice was the priority date on the I-130. So if that's your question, #. That's interesting username. All right, let's go. Spendy Eli. Can you be denied a waiver if you apply for one? What do you mean waiver? There are many, many kinds of waiver, Miss Spendy. Like there's 601, there's 601A, there's 212. There are a lot of fee waiver. What kind of waiver are you asking? If you would clarify that. Okay. Rocky. Hi, my VAWA was approved November 1st. Congratulations, Rocky. I received approval I-360 notice on February. They updated again, VAWA approved on February. And okay. I'm going to try to rephrase your question. My VAWA was approved November 1st. Received approval I-360 notice. In February, they updated again, VAWA approved on February and received. What's the difference between both? I don't know. I can't tell you what the difference is because I don't know what it is you're talking about. You're the one who has notices, but if you have an I-797 it's just notice of action, and it's just basically informing you of the action that has been taken. Approval, denial, rejection, whatever case may be. That's just what it is. But without knowing what your notices you're referring to, that's a question I cannot answer. Okay, Rocky. And now can I apply C31 now since my VAWA is approved? Yes, you can. I'm surprised you didn't even have, did you not apply? Did you not check that you wanted an employment authorization when you filed for your VAWA petition, Rocky? Because you should have checked that. Like half of my cases, and I've said this so many times, half of my VAWA cases, my first indication that it has been approved is when we get that status saying we ordered your new card under the VAWA receipt number. So if you didn't select that, then yes, you can go ahead and apply for that. Okay, I love this username, God's Got Me. Listen, I had a conversation with someone today, and he was like, the first thing he said was, I like the fact that you don't hide your faith. And I'm like, well, I take that as a compliment, but hiding my faith is hiding what gives me strength. I don't have any other source of strength and knowledge than God. So when I see stuff like God's got me, I love that. I filed for VAWA September 2020, received 3 empowerment facial, but haven't got my EAD. Applied to expedite the EAD, but got denied. What can I do now? Should I be worried? Okay. Now, if you missed my video, God's got me. I think I did that on Tuesday. All things work permit. The question really is, what category did you file? If you filed an EAD since September 2020, it's way as a present time if you filed a C9. But if you requested a C31, you ain't going to get that until the VAWA petition is approved. I've said that like it's like beating a dead horse. I know it's a very, very common error, but you've got to understand what it is that you have to file and what category you're submitting. So that's the question. That's what you need to figure out first. God's got me. And then Mr. Bidet, is it better to get a psychological evaluation done for VAWA from a psychologist compared to a social worker? Social worker is not, okay, not trying to, is it better? Yes, because, and I think I haven't checked on my email, but I saw the first line. So I will respond to that email. But for instance, the company that I refer practically all my VAWA clients to, which I think I referred, Lord have mercy, I don't know. I've lost count. I love their work. And there's another therapist that they reached out to me. She's based out of Georgia, but she can only work with people in Georgia. So anyway, this company, they are specifically trained, specialized in immigration-related abuse cases, VAWA, humanitarian asylum, I-751 abuse waiver. That's what they do. And when I tell you that, I just don't make any kind of referral because the work of a therapist is important. It's an important part of my work for a client. In such cases, it's important that I'm able to vouch for their work. So yes, short answer. Oh, that's a question for Rocky. Okay. Let's see. Richard says, I have been married twice and I just had my I-130 interview last November, but in 2017, I validated my student visa status. I have my combo card and I want to know if it's safe for me to travel to Nigeria. when you say you violated your student's visa status, now I'm assuming that came up during your interview. If you mean that you came into the country, and hear me loud and clear, people, when you come into the country with an F visa, international student visa, you do not use that at all, and you cannot show evidence that your reason for not going to school was beyond your control, then you will be found inadmissible based on misrepresentation. And in that case, you most likely would need an I-601 waiver. So, Richard, if you've been told that at the interview and they've alluded to that, and that's your situation, you are going to be so generally it's safe to travel when you have advanced parole. However, if there's some reason for you to be found inadmissible, CBP officials still have the discretion whether or not they're going to grant you admission. USCIS issues an advanced parole to present upon return. However, you still must be able to you still must be found admissible into the country. So I hope that clears that out for you. Up for you. So Sunshine. Once again, how long will married kids take to? Yeah, you got to go back. I just mentioned that. Okay, you're welcome, Mr. Bida. I will respond to those emails. And I have to go to Facebook. Everything Cakes TV. My mom filed for a green card for me. I'm 16, and I plan to come to the States for my undergrad. Will I have issues at the embassy in Lagos? It's not about having issues. But it's going to be because anytime you apply for a non-immigrant visa, with the exception of some, one example will be an H-1B, which I love doing. I'm working on about five for a university. I represent 2 universities mainly, and then once in a while, I just love it. I love it. But H-1B, for instance, it's a dual intent visa. What that means is even if you're coming on an H-1 visa and someone has filed an immigrant petition for you, that's not going to disqualify you or go against you because it's a dual intent, meaning you can't have the intention to be a temporary worker at the same time have the intention to immigrate to the United States. It's not the same for most non-immigrant visas, such as an F visa. In an F visa, you have to show that you have strong ties and you intend to return. An immigrant petition that you are the beneficiary of usually will be a red flag. So it raises that burden for you to be able to show that you will indeed come back. And for the most part, they deny because they'll say you have to wait because your mom was filed for you, so you got to wait, and then you become a legal permanent resident and you can go to school then. It's a 50-50 kind of thing. Okay. Never give up. And after your question, I'm going to switch to Instagram. Never give up. I love that. I filed for VOT October 2018 and I have never heard any decision, but my prima facie is renewed and also my EAD. What can I do? Your case is out and now first in time. What I would suggest is if you have an attorney on your case, ask them to look into what's going on. If you do not, then you've got to write in. You can call the 800 number because they would not give you any information. But as attorneys, one of the things I can do if I was an attorney in your case would be to send them an email on your behalf, because we have a direct email for attorneys and they screen us and they verify it's an attorney representing that client. Every single time I send an email, I have to put my G28 so they know it's still the same me. And they're able to respond that way. And I just did that, for quite a number of clients that we have pending EADs that way past present times. But they're working on cases received, I want to say August 2019. I haven't checked it today. I checked it yesterday. So obviously your case is way outside Northwest. Hi, Miss Pam. Okay, so let me go. So this segment, if you're just joining us, we are talking about it's immigration Q&A. Let me go on Instagram and I'll come back to what time? Okay, 15 minutes in. Oh, okay. Y'all on Instagram can ask questions like, yeah. And This is one thing I'm very OCD-ish and I'm very compulsive. I'm that kind of person that I have to get things done. I prioritize, and if you email and text me like 200 times, it doesn't mean that it doesn't make any difference. But when you email and text me, there's always something in my head thinking, okay, you gotta respond, you gotta respond. So sometimes you may get a response from me like 12 midnight. If anyone is responding to you like 12 midnight, 1 a.m., and from my law firm, that's me because everybody else is sleeping. Yeah. Yeah. So I say that because y'all on Instagram, y'all sometimes I'm texting with people at 1 a.m. I don't know. I function on not enough sleep, but it is what it is. Hello, hello. $ism. Okay. Real real G Peters. Hello. How long does it take for work authorization to be granted on the vow? Y'all don't listen to me. Do y'all follow me? But I don't think you watch the videos. Every video I do is posted. It depends on what category you filed. If you filed a C31, you're not getting it until VA is approved. If you filed a C9, then you have to look at the number of processing time for I-765, which, oh, by the way, they're processing that faster, quote unquote, faster. But we'll see. I'm not going to say anything more than that because I don't want to raise your hopes. Good to see my face. Thank you. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Academy. It's been 7 months since I filed for my husband and no response yet. I did it with green card and I have my citizenship already. How can I go about it and how much do you charge? So you've already filed for your husband, right? You said no 1. You saying 1.7? So it's been about what 19 months. The first thing you want to do is go on USCIS.gov and I-130s, I-129F fiancé visa. Listen, everyone. I don't care who the attorney is. There's no attorney who has some kind of magic in USCIS to make your cases faster. Someone promised someone to do something, charge them some extra money for expedited services a year ago. It's the same people every attorney has to deal with. They don't care who you are, how long you've been practicing, it doesn't matter. They've got to follow what the law says. COVID halted and slowed down a lot of stuff. USCIS is just gradually getting back to the USCIS we used to know. Now, they are making a lot of changes to make things go faster. But there used to be a time in 2020, even during when 2019, shortly before we hit COVID, I literally could tell you we could file an I-130 and we'll get it approved in less than 6 months. I don't ever say that again. I've got cases pending a year, and it's within the normal processing time. So if you call and your case is within normal processing time, that doesn't, unless you have a reason to request for them to expedite it. Becoming a citizen does not change how long it's going to take for them to process your I-130, because it's still the I-130. And that's you. So go on USCIS .gov/processing time, see how long it's taking. Use your priority date. If your priority date shows that they are working on cases filed after your case was submitted, then it's time to make an inquiry as to why your case is taking so long. But everything is really slowed down. Islamic Queen, can a citizen file a relative case with someone who has work permit? They've got to be a relative. If it's a relative case, so how are they related to you? That's a very, very broad question and very generic question. The fact that you have work permit doesn't make you eligible for anything particular, any immigration status. So Real G Peters, I think I've answered your question. Hey, Miss Geraldine, how are you? Can you expedite a VAW EAD renewal? So, once again, people, a VAW EAD that's attached to VAW is a C31. There's no expedition you want to do on a C31 until the VAW is approved. EAD that you can get while your VAW is pending comes if you're eligible to file a 485. If you file a 485, then you file a C9 category. Then, based on your pending adjustment of status application, it's not based on your VAW petition. It's based on your pending adjustment of status application that you're able to file because you have a VAW petition. Based on that, you can file a C9. If you work in the healthcare or childcare industry right now, it's taking them less than 30 days. In my practice, that's what we're seeing. Once we make the expedited request, it's taking less than 30 days to grant that expedited request. But you've got to know, Sunny Groovy, is it the right category that you filed? If you filed a C31, there's nothing to expedite because you don't have your VAW case approved yet. Okay. Minat Ola, how long after the card is produced on I-360 can I get my VAW? It just depends. So and that's what I was saying earlier on. And congratulations. The first indication is that card. The C31 card is what you get once you've indicated that you want work authorization. Give or take, it can range from 2 months to 6 months, just using our experience. Good evening, Miss Queen Carefree. How are you? Okay, let's see. Prince Adex Nicholas. My question was, can I file for 10-year green card and at the same time file for citizenship if you are eligible? So for the most part, if you're filing, and I'm assuming you have a conditional resident card. So in that case, if you're filing about the 2-year mark then you're not up to citizenship eligibility yet. Once you hit that 90 days before 3 years and you're still married to a citizen, then you can do that simultaneously. So you have to make sure you're eligible for that. Minat. Okay, yeah, that's what I just talked about. Minat Ola. Okay, let's see. IOZ case was denied due to Nigerian divorce certificate. An appeal was filed with a certified divorce certificate, but no response for 2 years. Is there a way to find out what is happening? That is one of the things I don't care for about appeals. For the most part, I prefer to refile because I've had cases, I still have cases that we've got the green card and the appeal is still pending. But I mean, you've just basically you have to wait. You have to wait, and what kills me with appeals is while you're waiting for the I-130 appeal to go through, you cannot get your work permit is still canceled. You can't reopen it until that's been granted, and then they reopen everything else. Okay. Friends, been married for 3 years now. Can I file for 10 years? And citizenship at the same time. Are you saying you have not filed? Is that what you're asking, Prince Adex Nicholas? Can you clarify? Because if you've not filed anything yet, and you're just going to be filing for your green card, because you've been married for 3 years, you will not get a conditional residency card. You will get a 10-year card. However, because citizenship is not based on marriage alone. You must have been a legal permanent resident for at least 3 years, and you continue to be married to your citizen spouse for you to become eligible to file for citizenship after 3 years as a legal permanent resident. So this is why I do consultation, people, because it's not, and disclaimer, this is not about your case. If you want something specific to your case, you got to set up a consultation, which is $130 for 30 minutes, $230 for an hour. If you retain us within 15 days, you get a credit towards your attorney fees. So Alrighty, so let's see. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Facebook and YouTube in a while. Derek 90, how long do you think you can get a C9 EAD after the application? Let's just answer the question. Do you do EAD renewals, and how can I get to you? 334-341-4475. Everything we sent out yesterday was all about EADs. I put the post up. Yeah, it was EAD day yesterday. Yes, we do renewals. 334-341-4475. SJ, my son is SJ. SGJ. Okay. How long does it take to get a green card after the I-36 is approved and was filed in the same time with adjustment of status? So the way it works, like I said earlier on, it depends on your field office. The fact that you filed a 485 with your VAW petition does not mean that it's going to be processed. The 485 just sits doing nothing. The advantage of doing that is because you can file a work permit. Your 485 is not going to be addressed until the VAW petition has been approved. When the VAW petition has been approved, Vermont Service Center sends your file to your field office. Then they decide if they're going to schedule you for an interview or not. If they're going to wait for an interview, they will just send you your green card. If you're going to be scheduled for an interview, they send you a notice. Okay? Mr. Okoye, I have a 10-year green card I have used for 2 years. When is it okay for me to take it out and go for my citizenship? Depends on if you're married to a citizen. If you're not, then you'll have to wait for 5 years. Ben 𝐸𝐿𝐵𝐿𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝑔𝐀. They usually would ask you for an email, and you should have provided your email to them at that time. Okay, let me go. Y'all on Instagram having a lot of questions. Let me go back to, what's the time? 9:26. Okay. Never give up. Okay. God's got me. I thought on the 31 at first, but later changed it to C9. So let me see what I thought for received. So when did you change it? God's got me. When did you change it to C9? So that's where you need to start calculating from. If you filed a C9 in September 2020, there's something going on. There's no reason why your EAD should still be pending. If you filed a C9 and you send it to the right place, there's no reason why it should be pending for over a year, like 18 months. No, there's no EAD that's pending for 18 months from my experience. Okay, so hey, Miss Pam. How do you know when USA send you? Okay, your Instagram and YouTube. Okay, I just answered your question. Good evening, ST. I'm going to put your question here on YouTube. What is the time frame to get your prima facie and EAD after filing for VAD? Thank you. Prima facie and EAD I already said that. I'm beating a dead horse. Prima facie, it just depends. The fastest I've received was a case we filed. They received on January 24th, and the prima facie was issued February 10. I was like, my client was like, is that bad news? Because I was like, I don't know. And there's someone filed since October that I'm still waiting on. Just depends. There's no set time frame. And there's some people who don't ever get a prima facie determination. The fact that you don't get a PFD does not mean there's something wrong with your case, because cases still get denied even with a prima facie determination. Actually, all the cases that I've ever appealed all receive prima facie determinations. Okay. Faith, okay. Can I travel up to 3 months with an advance parole? I never, ever, ever, ever advise you to stay outside more than 30 days. That's just me. Have you handled the religious I-360 before? Yes. Joseph on YouTube, I'm in removal proceedings, but want to keep married to my girlfriend. How fast is it for me to get my green card? I seek an asylum. The fact that you're in removal proceedings, first of all, marriage while you're in removal proceedings is generally you not acceptable. However, if you're going to get married, then you must file a bona fide exemption, basically showing that you did not get married just to evade immigration proceedings. And it's not about how fast can you get your green card. It's about whether or not once your I-130 is approved, will you be able to have your case administratively closed so that I-130 goes is processed. Once it's approved, you file a motion to recalendar or get a PD request to terminate based on another viable option of getting your immigration benefit. So that's a question where you sit down with an attorney and discuss your case. Okay. Emeka Okoli, I submitted my vow petition first week of February. Please, when can I expect an acknowledgement of receipt? It just depends. I've had some that took 6 weeks, and I've had some that I got in two weeks. It just depends. Faith, you're welcome. Okay, people. I think our 30 minutes is up. J3 Clothing. Okay. Hey, Mrs. Sonny, did you get my email? So, yeah, check your email. I sent you an email earlier this evening. All right. So, I think that's all the questions. I'm going to make sure I didn't miss anyone's question. Let me see. Yeah, I think I got all the questions, right? Somebody send me a text later like, oh, you skipped my question. No, I didn't skip any question. Maybe you asked another question, but I didn't skip it. Let's see. I see more people from YouTube than Facebook today. Okay. I think someone who just asked about renewal is texting. I think someone is responding to you already. Okay. I'm into everything. I know everything that goes on in my firm. I'm nosy. I'm a Nigerian woman. You gotta know. My 11-year-old always says, must you know everything? I'm like, who pays the rent? Whose house are you living in? You think you have privacy? No, you don't, because I can take down your whole door. It's a privilege to have a whole room to yourself. Like when I was growing up, I didn't a whole room to myself. No, I need 1,004. Oh, no. I have 3 siblings, all 4 of us, and we took 2 parents. And then you have family members that would just stop by whenever. No. So you have a whole room to yourself. I can take the whole door down. Ask me the question one more time. Listen, threatening your kids is not a crime. I know. And until they stop paying rent, don't ask me no question in my own house. So I'm nosy. Okay. All right, people. Thank you for joining. If there's any way we can help you with your immigration case, our contact information, you can see that if you're on YouTube and Facebook, aos@lawfirm.com. Go on the website. I also do video vlogs. And you can contact us through the website as well. But I usually say email and text. That's the fastest way. They text, anyone can respond, or Chris or myself or Giselle or caller will respond. But the AOS is my email. I set aside a time each evening to check emails because I cannot check emails during the day all the time. Especially because I'm eventually going to just be a full service immigration law firm. But at this time, I still do criminal defense and family law. I think at this point, I know that the reason why I do criminal defense is because I'm just passionate about representing people, just fighting for people, just fighting, just fighting. But anyway, all right, people. All right, Miss Pam. Okay, everyone. Until next time, you'll have a safe, and blessed weekend. Thank you for joining. Once again, this is Attorney Abisola Olale. Atiba Olale Samuel. Our number is 334-341-4475. Let us know how we can help you with your immigration cases. And until next time, see you guys. See you.